Alright, hey guys, so I was going to put the video up online and show you pictures and just have text, but I'd rather talk about it. Alright, so a couple years back, I got this male pastel. It's a Nerdline Lemon. I got it from Tony Hurt at snakeevolutions.com. And not the nicest pastel, but... So that's the original male. I don't think my project starts with him. I think he was just a male that gave me a pastel. So I was living with this girl. She was just a roommate, and she worked at a pet store. And she got this animal. Somebody dumped it off at the pet store. So she brought her home. It was like a nice 1,500, 1,600 gram female, what I thought was a normal at the time. Nice faded head, nice pattern. Keep that pattern in mind. That pattern's going to come back into play later. So here I am, and I am, that's the video before this processing. I breed them a couple times, hatch all the babies, sell all the babies. Eventually, I get one of the pastels back. This one. So, she's got a pretty interesting pattern, but she's nothing spectacular. She's got some stuck shed in this picture. I just took a picture of her for, the purpose of showing her off. Okay? So I get her back, and I just think, okay, she's a pastel. Cool. I breed her to a cinnamon, and I get all those pewters. I had that where's the really awesome pewter? There was a picture I had in here of the really awesome pewter. Well, anyway, point is I get those really cool, just nice bright pewters. I sold those pewters, one of them to a friend in California, which will come into play later. The next season, I bred for the fireflies, and I got that firefly whose granddaddy Herps has, and I got my firefly that I was going to keep, and then it passed away. Notice how it has a very similar funky pattern. No real alien heads, just a swirly, funky pattern. It's super bright. We're going to go to Reptile Nexus's Facebook to show the rest of these off. Because I forgot that I had put the Pastel Project pictures in that album on Reptile Nexus. And there's Lewis posting pictures of himself. Dude likes to post pictures with no shirt. Hi, Lewis. So, anyway. Albums. Okay, so where's my Pastel Project? My Pastel Project. There we go. Pastel Project folder. So. Oh, there's the really nice pewter. That's the really nice pewter that hatched out. My friend has that one. It's not as silver anymore, but it's still a pretty nice pewter. So I hatched that one out. And I also... Oh, right, we're on the fireflies. So for fireflies, we all know my particularly bright girl, who I'm still really angry passed away. But look at how melty her pattern is. Melty and drippy and just all around funky. That pattern, I'm thoroughly convinced, came from the original animal. That original normal, quote-unquote normal female. So, Eddie, knock it off. My cat's clawing my back trying to get attention. So this female, same pattern, right? And that faded head would explain why the fireflies have such a faded head. So, a friend of mine bought one of these pewters, the sibling, the male, and he bred it to a pastel, and he got this super pastel. Now, he's already been offered money on it, but he's determined that he's going to send it to me to breed back to the original pastel female to see if that pattern and that highlighting effect has like a super form. So far, I've just been calling it the highlighter gene. I'll probably name it something else later on and go from there. And then I've got my fireflies from this season. They're not as bright. Well, actually, they're not as bright right now. They're actually brightening up a lot. I mean, they are really neon yellow. But I've got these fireflies right here. I did a video on the other day where they've got that white bleeding through. And they've got the same kind of, well, not quite the same, but it is very similar, bleedy, funky pattern. So, that's my pastel project. That's my holdback, and female. She just ate her first meal today. I'm hoping that when I breed that super pastel back to the pastel, I mean, obviously the entire clutch is going to be pastels and super pastels, but I want to see what's going to come out. Can you imagine, a super pastel, if it gets that highlighting effect and that really melty kind of funky pattern? This one has it more so than the other fireflies. Just the melty kind of missing alien heads. I mean, yeah, I know that comes from the fire too, but I think that whatever that pattern gene that transfers over is, it's playing a role too. Because also, if you go back to the album for Clutch 3, this is the fire that came out of there. And she has it. It's that really just funky, melty pattern. That's the only way I can explain it, melty. I mean, yeah, her dad has a pattern that's fire, it's a fire pattern, because it's a fire. But it's not like that. It's not as funky and melty as that. So I really think I might be onto something here with the pattern gene. I have a lot of friends who think so. I sent pictures to Brian Gundy, asking his opinion. Because he posted yesterday, he posted his first gold blush pastel, which I thought was amazing. Go check him out if you haven't seen that yet. Go check out that video. The gold blush pastel is phenomenal. And I just mentioned, I was like, you need to get that stuff into Clown and what was the other one? Gold blush fireflies. And he said he wants to get that in next year, so that'll be awesome for him. But that just prompted me to spark the pastel project video, or sparked me to put the video up. So let me know what you guys think. I think there's potential. It'll be interesting. For a while, I thought maybe those fireflies had the fader, because they came from Nerd. But as far as I understand, the parent has to be a fader in order for the baby to be fader, and the female pastel is just a kind of drab, normal-looking female pastel who just throws amazing, highlighter animals. That's why I'm just calling it, neon yellow, stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see what, like I said, when I breed that super pastel back to the mom. I'm also planning on breeding that super pastel to my yellow belly to get yellow belly into the highlight project. Or the pastel. I'm just going to call it the pastel project from now on. The pastel project for now. I'll name the gene later on if it proves out to be something different. But right now it's just the pastel project. So I want to get the yellow belly in there because I think that'll be awesome. And eventually I want to get NG in there because I think NG pastels that might be as bright as those fireflies would just be amazing. So anyway, let me know your opinions. Let me know what you think. That's it for now. Out.